You having a green card and somebody having an F1 visa, what's the difference?
So, like a green card, you get a green card for 10 years. And then for the F1, it depends with the number of years you're in for school. So, I think for undergraduate, it's usually 5 years.
Okay.
And for masters,
Mhm.
it's usually 5 years, but you go for 2 years, then you do your PTO, but you're not.
The school gives you 20 hours and below, but in most cases, if we're being honest, the school cannot manage all international students work in school.
Yeah.
So what happens to the other students who need a job or who need the money, but they cannot get the job in school?
So you see, it all comes down to your social security.
But that's what it is. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
can the
you
school
see-
allow you to work outside school but below
Actually,
20
the
hours?
social security is the one which will limit you. Because you see, like the social security, it has a stamp on it which says you're not allowed to work in the US. Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah. It does. You've not seen F1 student's social security. It has like a red thing
A
on
red?
it. Yeah. It does. You've not seen it?
Wow. No, I haven't
So
seen
that
one.
actually, that is what limits the students from working
So if you
outside
go
of
to a
school.
normal job facility or company,
They'll ask for your social security, and that's what will limit you from working.
say they're looking for that red stamp. Hi guys, welcome back again to another episode. Today I got a different guest, and today we're going to talk about the differences between having a green card and having an F1 visa. As normal, I'm your guest Bryke, and today I have a guest over here.
Hi everyone. My name is Tracy. Yeah, I'll share the rest as we continue.
All right, Tracy. So if I ask, how was your journey, or let me know. So you said you came with a green card, right?
Yeah, I came with a green card.
So how would you briefly share your immigration story, like from Kenya to the United States?
Okay, so my green card, it's not the normal lottery green card. It's through a parent. So I got my green card through my parent, who's a citizen here in the US. And before I hit 21, then that's when a parent who's in the US, they can apply for their child who's outside of the US.
Yeah,
But
so
past 21, then you can get it. So it had to be done before I was 21.
oh,
Yeah.
so you was 21 by the time you was getting it, or was you not 21 by
I
the
was
time?
not 21 yet.
So
So,
how old-
if you are 21 and above, then your parent can't apply it for you. You have to be 21 and below.
Oh,
Yeah.
so how old did you come to the United States being?
I was 19.
19?
Yeah.
And how long you been here for?
I've been here for 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Yeah, I think most people don't know the requirements for that. And I think I forgot about it too, honestly. I forgot about it. And you talking about it, I'm like, okay, that's new. I think probably I forgot. Honestly, I did forget about it. I did forget
Yeah.
about it. So yeah, thanks for jogging my memory on there. So how is your migration status when you arrived? Like you said, it was a green card. So how would
It
you
was a green
say
card.
you having a green card and somebody having an F1 visa? What's the difference?
So for a green card and F1, it's somehow different, very different. First, in terms of the longevity. So like a green card, you get a green card for 10 years. And then for the F1, it depends with the number of years you're in for school. So I think for undergraduate, it's usually 5 years.
Okay.
And for masters,
Mm-hmm.
it's usually 5 years, but you go for 2 years, then you
Mm-hmm.
do your PTO, but you're not supposed to stay for the whole 5 years. There's just something about the masters and the undergraduates. There's something very different that I'm not sure about.
Yeah, I think for the F1 mostly they require you once you have your PTO and graduate, you're supposed to go back home and
Yeah.
practice the studies you studied in the
Yeah.
United States.
Mm-hmm.
So that I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so how would you say each status affects the ability to live, work, or travel in the United States?
The what status?
Like the living conditions, work conditions, and traveling in the United States. How does each, like, let's say the difference between a green card holder and an F1 student visa?
So for a green card holder, if you travel outside the US, you have like the liberty to like travel outside the US,
Mhm.
but you can stay for more than 6 months. If you stay for more than 6 months, you'll be penalized.
So usually, what's the penalty, if you know?
Sometimes you won't be allowed to come back if
Okay.
you stayed for mm, a bit much more than 6 months
Mhm.
without informing the USCIS.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And if you stay
Mhm.
for, let's say, 7 months,
Mhm.
then you'll have to explain yourself, and then they'll give you, like, let's say you're supposed to go for 6 months.
Mhm.
Now they'll tell you, oh, so if you want to leave again the US, you'll only go out for 2 months.
So you can, So you can go, but the maximum amount of time you can stay out of the United States is just 6 months.
6 months, yeah. But
Uh-huh.
sometimes you can go for more than 6 months, but you have to write a letter to the immigrations. Yeah.
Mm. Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I think yeah. For the 6 months, I think I just learned it. I learned about it just the other day.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that I think that has a challenge for most people is the F1.
Yeah, so for the F1 is, yeah.
So I don't know how long you're supposed to be staying home for as an F1
As
visa holder.
long as you are on status for the period you're supposed to be in school, then you're good. Like, let's say you've come for the spring semester,
Uh-huh.
you're done with the spring semester, you can go have summer back home.
Mhm.
Then you're supposed to be back before classes start.
Do you know what's the penalty if you come, like, let's say a day late or a week late?
I'm not so sure. I've never heard of someone who that has happened to, but I know that
But because
sometimes it can be revoked. Like your visa can be revoked.
what about the traveling like conditions? Sometimes you have layovers where the flight takes too long, or maybe you miss your flight, or maybe you're being rescheduled for another flight, which is a different day from the day you're supposed to be arriving.
If
So
you're
is
an
this
F1
like,
student,
yeah,
I think it's you have to like now talk to school and have them write you a letter explaining that.
wait, so writing
I
you
have
the
a
letter
friend-
or just writing to the USCIS?
No, if you're an F1 student,
Uh-huh.
you have to write to the school.
And the school has to
No,
pass
so-
it on to the USCIS?
No, the school will write you a letter which is stamped
Uh-huh.
to show that it came from the Center of International Education.
Uh-huh.
Then you'll take that letter and use it at the border control.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you had to explain this to the USCIS.
That's for the green card. For the green card, you are alone. You're alone. You don't have someone who you are under.
Yeah,
You see?
yeah.
So you yourself have to talk to the immigrations. But if you're an F1 student,
You have to talk to the school.
you have to talk to the school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's challenging. I think I'd like to hear more from somebody who's traveled back home,
Yeah.
or somebody who's had a challenge coming back or at the airport. I'd
Yeah.
love to hear more about this because
Mm-hmm.
I think most people get scared of traveling back home because of such things
Yeah.
being laid over for a long period of time. Because sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
have flights that can bounce you back and back, like flights
Yeah.
either an hour late, 12 hours late. By the time it gets to
Mm-hmm.
12 hours late, it
Mm-hmm.
might be something different, like weather conditions.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to hear more from an Air Force student.
Yeah.
Uh, so um, so we've said the difference between a green card holder and an F1 student. What what are the different documents required for this kind of visas?
For the visas. For the F,
I mean, you can speak for the green card
I
because I
can
know,
speak.
yeah, for
Yeah,
the
I
green
can
card, yeah,
speak
you
for the
know
green
much better
card.
about it.
So to get the green card, like
So, what
the
documents do you
process,
need
the
at the
documents.
airport or before traveling? Or
Oh, you just need your green card and your passport.
you don't need a visa?
The green card is the visa.
I think I get confused. Yeah, I think I get confused. It's a
Yeah.
lot of visas, honestly.
Yeah, but also in your passport you have the visa.
Yeah, in it,
You have the visa
in
in
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's new.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think there's contradictions in this. Every person comes with different documents and they understand it better than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And for F1 students, how do you think what's the limited time for an F1 student or working hours,
Working hours.
if you know it?
I think it's usually 20 hours a week. And then also you cannot work outside of school if it's not PTO.
There's no like special, like, let's say requests like from school. If you let's say if they don't have a job in school, can they request for you to work outside school but
Out-
below 20 hours?
no. It's not actually because most from the school
Uh-huh.
where I come from, like even the emails that they send, they warn students, like, let's not find you working outside school if we
I
get
mean, yeah,
you.
there's that scare, and I think I've had stories.
Yeah.
For F1 students, they can comment if this is true or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think the school gives you 20 hours and below, but in most cases, if we're being honest, the school cannot manage all international students work in school.
Yeah.
So what happens to the other students who need a job or who need the money, but they cannot get the job in school?
So you see, it all comes down to your social security.
But that's what it is. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Can the
you
school
see-
allow you to work outside school but below
Actually,
20
the
hours?
social security is the one which will limit you. Because you see, like the social security, it has a stamp on it which says you're not allowed to work in the US. Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah. It does. You've not seen F1 student's social security. It has like a red thing on
red?
it. Yeah. It does. You've not seen it?
Wow. No, I haven't
So
seen
that
one.
actually, that is what limits the students from working
So if you
outside
go
of
to a
school.
normal job facility or company,
They'll ask for your social security, and that's what will limit you from working.
say they're looking for that red stamp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that's
That's new.
that's new. I've had F1 friends,
Mm-hmm.
but I've never seen the red stamp.
You've never seen it. It's
Or
not
is it-
really clear, but it's usually. Have you ever seen the Kenyan notes where you like really have to see the lion? That is usually at the back of it.
Wow.
So that the F1 thing, it's not usually really visible.
So it's pretty much hidden in there.
It's not really hidden. You can see it if you're just given like this, you won't notice it. But if you just take a close look, you'll see it. You'll see the red stamp, and it's usually round.
Wow. And what kind do the green card holders get?
As we just get the normal,
Like the citizens?
the normal one as the citizens.
No stamp, no nothing.
No stuff, no nothing. Actually, I think for us green card holders, the only thing we can do here in the US is vote. And we have like a limit. Like you can choose to become a citizen before your time depletes, or you can choose to extend your green card because it's usually a 10 years period.
So after how long are you supposed, or what's the recommendation for applying for citizenship after holding your green card?
It's usually like my type of green card is usually 5 years. So like after 5 years, I just go online, then apply for citizenship.
Do you have to wait for exactly 5 years? Or...
You can do like 4 years, 6 months. You can start doing the process. But
so
you
by the
can-
time it clocks to 5
yeah,
years,
you already
you're almost...
you're almost done with applying for your citizenship.
But yeah, the one for the Social Security.
The social security.
I think
That's actually what limits.
yeah, I've heard about the limitations, but I've never known there's a stamp.
Oh,
The stories I've heard is it doesn't allow you to work off campus,
yeah.
but I haven't heard about the stamp though. So I'd have to go and do the research on that and see a physical one
See a
and look at
physical
it.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to go and look at a physical one and see. Because I mean, I know there's a difference with them, but I've just not.
You've never seen the red thing.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually there.
Now I'm curious. So, did your status ever impact your social life or mental well-being from being back home and being in the United States?
Yeah, actually, it did. Like but for me, not that much. But speaking from a point of like someone leaving a place where you're used to community, then you come to a place where most things are done individualistic.
In what ways? Explain.
Like, let me use an example of church. Like, you see back home, that's Kenya. Once you're done with church, you do the service, you do the singing and the praise. Once you're done with church, you go outside, you find some people have cooked.
Okay.
So you socialize while eating. So you leave church immediately. But yeah.
So immediately church is always just gone.
If church is done, it's done. You leave.
Is that for every churches or just the church you've gone to?
The church, I'd say most of the churches that I've been to. Like, it's not like a community. You know, like back home church, you used to know, like if it's Saturdays or Sundays, hey, after church, it's not just immediately
Going
home. So I'll
home.
have, friends. It doesn't have to be friends.
Yeah.
You'll find maybe someone's mother or brothers or sisters. You talk.
Catching up.
Yeah, you just catch up. But yeah, like they work on a time frame. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Like, even things like baby showers or weddings. Like a wedding, they'll say it starts at 2, ends at 5, and it'll actually start at that 2 and end at 5.
So what if you show up like an hour late or 30 minutes late?
Yes, that's okay. But if they say it ends at 5, it ends at 5. But back home, like
Yeah, the
the
African
wedding is
time.
even,
Yeah.
like the whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So like the social life, I'd say it's somehow lonely. It gets lonely to a point compared to
Back home.
back home. Home even you can be bored and say, oh, there's this place, let me go. I'll find people. And you'll socialize, you will be like, oh, I'm having fun. And they are places like village markets, like what are they called? Malls. But yeah, it's very hard to find malls.
Wait, hold on. You guys don't have malls down here?
Yeah, we have malls,
Huh.
but you know the type of malls I'm talking about, like the
Like,
ones back home.
are you talking about open market or?
Not open market. You see, like it's even hard to explain those places here and there. Like I'd say back home we are more of a community.
Yeah, it is. It is more of a community. Yeah, I think I spoke about. There's an episode I did. Back home, there's more. You can lean back to family more than you can, but in here in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but the open market thing, I haven't faced it like that. I think I haven't thought about it like that. But there's some type of difference that I see for sure.
You see, like Color Fest,
Mhm.
like it's usually yearly or maybe month. If it's not Color Fest this month, maybe you'll have blankets and wines. You'll have Jameson.
Mhm.
You'll have Raha Fest. Such things. You get.
Yeah.
So here
yeah.
it's very hard to find them.
Wow.
Yeah, you'll just find maybe camp. And then camping. It's not.
It's not.
Back at home, it's you need like there's a lot. Let me say energy. There's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you won't be judged being, let's say, rowdy.
Yeah, I think back
being rowdy.
over here there's some tenseness when it comes to social life.
You have to be to put yourself in a certain, like, you hold yourself in some, I don't know how to call it, standard.
Sure.
Like you have to maintain a status.
Yeah. You don't want to be perceived in a different way.
Yeah, but home,
You're
you be who you want to
freestyle.
be.
It don't really matter.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I say
Wow.
that's the difference. But if you find also here, if you find your community, you can even try to like make that rapport. Like
But is it that frequent like back home though?
that's not that frequent.
Wow. Having had the access to the green card, how would you say the access to things like healthcare, credit, and housing was?
How it works.
No, how it is like for a green card holder. How is the healthcare access? How's the housing access? How is the credit access? Is it easy? Is it a hard process?
It's easy. It's easy in terms of, let me use, you said credit,
housing and healthcare.
Healthcare. Let me use healthcare. Like I can use the medical healthcare, like the public, like home we call it, like the public health.
Is
There's
it like
private?
There's a one home. Is it SHA or something? I forgot the name.
Like SHA.
Yeah.
Let's SHA. The one used to be called NHIF.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's easy to access it, and it's cheaper. It's more convenient pocket wise.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like they don't cut much from your how you work. Like it doesn't. They don't deduct much, and also it takes care of like let's say if you have children, it also takes care of your children. It takes care of if you have a spouse, it can also take care of your spouse. Like it's not as hard as it is back home. Like you have to like chip in some certain amount if you have family.
Yeah.
For here it's if you have family or
it's
no,
full access.
It's full access. Like it takes care of dental, eyes, medical. Like it's easy. Yeah. Compared to like
you make me want to have a family. If that's how easy it is. Wow.
Yeah, it's not bad. But then again, medical is expensive.
Yeah, medical over here is expensive. Especially if you go to the ICU or emergency room. Yeah, I think just walking in, I've done it twice. I think that's my experience. I don't know for a lot of people, but I've done it twice. Just walking in, you're pretty much 1,000 up before even being checked or nothing.
Let's not even talk about calling an ambulance.
Yeah, and that's a charge too. That's crazy. Yeah, if you don't have an insurance,
You're messed up.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
messed up. Were there any moments when you felt stuck or restricted because of your status? Like, are there things that you felt like you didn't have access to, or there was limitations to access?
Mm, mm-mm. Maybe voting. That's the only one, but I didn't feel it because
You know, like politics or
not that I don't like politics,
uh,
but to be fair, like if I'm a green card, I don't have so much rights to dictate who I want to be president.
oh yeah,
You see,
yeah.
I have not lived here long to have such powers. So I don't feel it as a limitation. So to me, that's okay. But other than that, I don't think like green card really has a lot of limitations.
I'm,
Maybe
sit- I'm,
if you've
sit-
heard of.
I'm sitting here being surprised because I'm not a green card holder. I came as an F1.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm like, it's a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think I have a friend. When it comes to that job thing, I used to work on campus, and it was only 20 hours, and there's no overtime. And him being a green card holder, he had all access at everything.
I know.
I'm like, man, I'm jealous of what you got.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of what you got.
I know.
Because I wish I had the time to do overtime, because everyone needs that extra money,
Yeah.
that extra income.
Yeah.
But wow, yeah, there's that limitation, and sucks. It sucks. What would you say? Are there any misconceptions for or between green card holders and F1 holders, F1 visa holders?
Misconceptions. I think most of the misconceptions is probably maybe back home. Like I talk about the F1 because if when I go back to Kenya and guys are like, oh, I want to get the F1, maybe use the visa, then come to the US and go work and stuff like that. So I'm usually like, work? Where are you going to work? And not to come out very arrogant.
Speak to them. Tell
Not
them.
to come out very arrogant.
Yeah.
But, you also have to like protect yourself, like not talk that way, because you'll go to the border control. Like you'll go to the border control and they'll ask you like, okay, you've come, you have this F1 visa. And so what if you're given a job? Will you take it? Hey, let me tell you, my friend, the moment you say yes, they book you a return ticket back home. So like, I think because I've also had friends who have experienced that actually. Like when once you go, you reach the border control, that's the question they catch people with. Some are asked, some are not asked. But in case if you're ever asked,
you
just say no.
You
just say you're here for school, and that's that.
You just reminded me, because I think being in the embassy is different. They have different questions for you, and at the airport, when you get there before you book, you're being sent to the immigration department over there. They ask you questions too. I was tensed up the first time I went over there. I didn't even know what to answer. And I think the questions, the way they asked me, I didn't even know how to answer. Most of them I didn't know how to answer. It was like I was sweating.
They intimidate you.
Yeah, and they keep on pumping questions. They are fast with it. Because they want you to get confused and say the wrong thing.
And only one answer question. Is it a yes or is it a no?
Yeah. You cannot start giving explanations on that.
Yeah.
So I think, be careful if you are an F1 traveler. Don't give them an answer they are looking for. Or maybe give them the answer they're looking for. That's contradictory. But anyway, tell them what they want to hear, not what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'd say. And what is the one thing that I say? No, I was gonna ask something. I forgot. Yeah, it was related to that question. I forgot. If I remember it, I'll ask you.
Okay.
So s- I was gonna ask you how it impacts the permanent residency, but we know that a green card is pretty much like permanent.
Yeah, it's permanent residency.
Not
That's
unless
another
you
name for
renew
it.
every 10 years.
Yeah.
That's if that's how you wanna do it, or
Yeah. There are people who
apply for
prefer not to
citizenships.
be citizens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone currently deciding between studying in the United States or pursuing immigration through a green card?
For the green card holders, the advice I'd give is if you have maybe family or friends, um, try to go to them first instead of starting life by yourself, because it either gets crazy or you become crazy. Because
Okay.
one, it's lonely. It's a very different culture here,
Yeah.
and also too, you need the advice, like, and also you don't have to really to depend on maybe family or friends to tell you the information. You can also go to I like TikTok. Like, you'll find very many different informations about being a green card holder and the things you can and cannot do. And also for green card holders, when you come, please try to create your credit score. Like, just research about it. If you're a green card holder, you've gotten it and you're still back at home, or you're here, it's amongst your first times, just try to build it.
Explain the credit score to them. What's a credit score?
Credit score, it's like layman's language, fuliza. It's like fuliza.
Is it fully? I think if you have to relate it, it's kind of the same thing they was trying to introduce back home. Huduma number.
Huduma number.
You don't remember that? Huduma number.
I remember it, but I didn't really follow it.
So it was Huduma number was pretty much like it's a lot of people who don't have IDs at the same time, but Huduma number was gonna work like a social security number. So if somebody punches in your Huduma number, same way they punch in your social security, they can find you, they can know where you're working at and all that. So Huduma number is gonna be the same thing as a social security number.
Social security number.
So they will know like your accounts,
medical,
where you are, like
everything.
any part of Kenya and all that. IDs sometimes you can never know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you can't even know.
So I had to say it was pretty much like Huduma number, but since it didn't go into, should I say, practice? It's
It
not
was
practice.
not really implemented.
Yeah, it was pretty much not implemented because I think most Kenyans did not apply for it.
Yeah.
So they kind of slid it to the side. So it was gonna work the same way, but yeah, the credit score it's the main thing.
It'll make you or break you.
That's the main thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
just make sure you
in America, surviving is just dead. It's dead.
Yeah,
Having
a credit score is like debt.
Having
but-
liquid cash is not that easy.
Yeah.
Just have to survive on debt. Get paid, pay the debt, use the debt.
Yeah.
It's a cycle.
That's
it's a roller
how
coaster.
it is.
Yeah.
So if you're coming with green card, it's nice, but still at the same time you need to work hard, extra hard.
Yeah, like she said, the social life, it's not there. People sacrifice their social life just to make a living.
Yeah.
The
And if
American dream, what they call it,
Huh?
it's not what it's seen.
It's a dream.
It's not what you see on the phone, like how people
Yeah.
record their lifestyle. It's not
Yeah.
what it is.
It's not what's on the phone.
Yeah.
On the socials. Yeah, so for the green cards, that's my main advice. And for the F1 students, just to make sure you maintain status. Make sure you maintain status. If you just maintain it, you're good. No one will be following
Yeah,
you.
you'll be on a good
No
side
one
for
will
sure.
follow
You'll be on a
you.
good side.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you wish you had known when you first started your journey coming to the United States? Something you didn't know, but you came to face it over here, and you wish you knew earlier becoming to the United States.
So I came quite young when I was still in school, and So when I was back in Kenya, you finish high school, then you're called by coops. They tell you, oh, you're going to do this, this career. This will be your career now. Like they choose it for you. But so when you come here, like as a first time, I don't really, if with a green card, don't really rush to get into school. Like research, do a lot of research, like, know your strengths and know your weaknesses, because they have a lot of opportunities. So know your strengths, know your weaknesses. And then in schools, in most of the universities and even community colleges, they have advisors. So go to these advisors, try to look for one even before you start school. Go to them, talk to them, engage them, ask them like to help you create a career plan if you find one for yourself. And if you also don't find one for yourself, the advisors can advise you. They can coach you into knowing what you want to pursue. So if you come here with a green card, you have a lot of time. So don't really, I know if a parent sees this one, they'll be like, hey, msichana na wapoteza. But let me just be honest, don't really rush to get into something. Do your research, because I know a lot of people came here with green card, no number. Oh, you can go into nursing. Yeah, nursing is good, but you'll start doing it and then you'll be like, this is not my strong suit. Ama you enter, you do engineering because you had, but all careers, if you're good at it, and the thing about America, they look at skills. So if you went for that skills just because of money or just because you had something and it's nothing you're really interested in, at the end of the day, your skills won't be perfect. So if you find something that you're good skill-wise, you'll be a hot cake in the market. So when you come, just give yourself time and do research and try to know what is really my strong suit. Yeah.
All right. So finishing up in one word, how would you describe your journey so far?
I describe it as number one, lonely. But at least at the beginning,
I think I've spoken about the lonely part in an episode.
At the beginning, it's lonely, but once you find your community, it gets better.
How long would you say it takes to find that community?
Like for me, I'm an introvert, so it took much time. But if you're a social person, it won't be that long. Yeah. But all the best to whoever wants to come. America is a nice place to be if you are focused.
Okay. All right, guys. So there you have it. You've seen the differences. If you got questions, we'd love to answer them for the next time. And for those who want to pitch in more on what we said or what we didn't say, please feel free to leave your comment. Let somebody know something they don't know.
Yeah.
Teach us. Let's create a community of knowledgeable people who understand what's the life like in the United States, unlike what it is back in Africa. The misconceptions, let's cross them and let's live in the reality. So with all that being said, bye guys, until next time.
Bye-bye.